Viewers, we bring to you a very special story of awareness and hope. Every year, the world comes together in the month of October to increase awareness around breast cancer, one of the most common forms of cancer amongst women. In India, breast cancer accounts for over 28% of all female cancers. As per reports, breast cancer awareness continues to be low, resulting in several women getting diagnosed at later stages. The Indian Cancer Society is working towards bridging that gap. The Delhi branch of the Indian Cancer Society held an event in the national capital recently to create a dialogue and raise awareness about breast cancer. The event saw doctors and breast cancer survivors sharing their stories of hope and resilience. Here's a glimpse. Women wearing pink as a mark of their awareness of breast cancer. NewsX has also spoken to Dr. Geeta Kadyaprat on how breast cancer can be detected in women.
Hold this event, what was the reason behind this? So, this is October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I think whatever we do is just a drop in the ocean, because I think we have to create more awareness about breast cancer. Because even today we do see a lot of patients coming in advanced stages, and we want to create that awareness that early detection is the key to detect breast cancer early and to have better outcomes, because now a lot has changed about breast cancer treatment. And if you were to detect it early, obviously the outcomes are so much better, and that is what we want for all our patients.
All right. I have more questions about this. Do you think that there's a conspiracy of silence around cancer in itself, not just breast cancer, but cancer in itself?
So I think, it is high time that we kind of broke the silence and start talking about it. Because, it's not just about treating cancer, it is also about figuring out what is it that is leading to an increase in the incidence of cancer, especially in low and middle income countries like one of ours. So, we need to get to the bottom of this, and that can only happen if we drum up the collective voices of not just patients, but patient advocates, because there is something that has gone wrong with the way we eat, what we drink, the air we breathe. So all these questions need to be answered at a different level to be able to take stock of it and try and rectify it, so that we can really bring down the incidence of all cancers, I would say.
What do you think that women should be doing?
So, if you talk about how to detect it early, then one would say, women over the age of 45 should be getting annual mammograms done, because that is the earliest that you can catch breast cancer in the form of very minimal calcific deposits in the breast. But what I think is important to such a huge country like ours is that women become aware of themselves. So being breast aware is very, very important, which essentially means that they should be checking their breasts every month in a certain way. It has to be done consistently, diligently, so that you are examining your breasts in a manner that you don't leave out any part of the breast. Because that familiarity with the breast is what is going to allow us to pick up things early. If you're not familiar with your breast, you will never be able to figure out. That is why we see a lot of women coming with large tumors. So if they become aware of themselves and they know that, yes, this is my normal breast. Your normal breast could be very lumpy, bumpy. But if you're familiar with that breast.
Did you
Meanwhile, we've also spoken to Ms. Renuka Prasad, who's a breast cancer survivor, on how to conquer the battle against this silent disease. Listening.
tell us about the one tip that you think that would help women conquer breast cancer?
See, the biggest one is early detection. Be aware of your bodies. Don't shy away from looking at your bodies in the mirror, because that is the best way you can get any telltale signs, because the breast cancer could be under your nipple, it could be within the presence of your breast itself, and it could be taking a shape where the breast is going in one direction and the other breast is in another. So look at them, see them regularly, and do a breast self-examination, which is basically done while you're having a shower. Do it not every day, do it once a month, and try and see the complete area right down to the armpit with the 3 fingers, which are the most sensitive ones. Go through that and see if you can feel any lumps, because a lump is the first sign. But all lumps, remember, are not cancerous. So it's important to check for the lumps, because with that it means cancer can be detected early. And there is a lot of life after that, after early detection. I can say it and I can vouch for it with my own experience. It's now 27 years since I had breast cancer, and it was in the first stage. So I'm lucky that way. I caught it, but only because I knew about it. So I wish everybody would know about this fact, that you can diagnose, you can at least find your lump yourself, and just pray to God that it's not a cancerous one. It could be a benign one, but it needs investigation.
Meanwhile, we also spoke to volunteers of the Indian Cancer Society, and they've shared their reasons behind why they've organized this event, and we've also spoken to more survivors. Listen in.
And organizing this event that is taking place in Indian Cancer Society?
Our aim is to talk to people about cancer. Not just breast cancer, we talk about many cancers. But this being Breast Cancer Month, it was important for us to talk about breast cancer and to listen to all our friends who have been through it. They are survivors. They are not necessarily members of Indian Cancer Society, but they are people who have joined our support groups. And as perhaps you've already heard, the support group system is extremely important. For most people, they think that they are unique in their experience of breast cancer. When they come to a support group, they find out that they're not so unique after all. They meet other people with similar problems, perhaps worse off than they are. And so they learn to appreciate the life they lead. They learn tips from each other so that they practice that to improve their quality of life.
Meanwhile, we've also spoken to Mamta Chan, who is a breast cancer survivor hailing from Saharanpur, on her fight. Listen in.
सहारनपुर का भी सबसे तो मैं लड़ी इस बीमारी से, और अब तो ये एक बीमारी ना होगा मेरे लिए एक अच्छा परिणाम हो गया कि हाँ, इस बीमारी के ना होते तो हम ऑर्गेनिक खेती भी ना करते, हम पेस्टिसाइड डालते थे। आज हम ऑर्गेनिक किसान के रूप में उभर कर आए और मैं बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ। अब बिल्कुल फिट फॉर, और योगी जी भी सम्मानित कर चुके हैं। मुझे 2015 में ब्रेस्ट कैंसर हुआ था और 2016 से हमने ऑर्गेनिक खेती शुरू की थी, और अभी 2023 में योगी जी ने हमें ऑर्गेनिक खेती के लिए सम्मानित किया। और ये मेरी बेटी है, ये भी खेती किसानी करती है और इसका पूरा सहयोग है मेरी बीमारी में। ये 10 साल की थी तब इसने पूरा संघर्ष किया। आज इसका भी मतलब उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार ने चुनाव किया है, ऑर्गेनिक किसान के रूप में से पुरस्कृत करेंगे 17 तारीख को। हाँ,
इनसे बड़ा इजी है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। मेरे को भी 12 साल हो गए हैं। शुरू में डर लगा था, पर उसके बाद हमें इसके लिए एक तो हिम्मत चाहिए होती है और दूसरा हमें मोरल सपोर्ट चाहिए, परिवार की भी बाहर वालों की। तो मुझे सबने बहुत सपोर्ट किया था। मेरे ऑफिस में मेरे मम्मी और ब्रदर ने मेरा सपोर्ट किया था, जो आज इस दुनिया में नहीं है, पर उनके जीते जी मैं बहुत अपने आप को हेल्दी समझती थी। आज थोड़ा वीक समझती हूँ, पर इसके लिए कॉन्फिडेंस भी ज़रूरी है।
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.